Hey guys, Toaster back. Got another ace tanker. Today we're in the Jagdtiger, and I want to. One of my pet peeves in this game is when people talk about how everyone else should have guts and be up front. And this guy's in an IS-7 and he's talking trash about how we need to be up front and blah blah blah. But in reality, he's in the IS-7. It's easy for him to say that because he has armor. There are a lot of tanks in the game that don't have armor, and those guys, it's not their fault that they've got places to go and roles to play, and just because you're an IS-7, you shouldn't be talking trash. So instead of just shutting up and being quiet about it, of course, it's been a long day, and I say something to him. So I wanted to mention that I'm not the perfect denizen of the internet, but nevertheless, we decide that we're going to come up and support because this thing has decent gun depression. And notice how I come over here, because if someone is spotting there, I want to make sure that nobody can shoot me, right? And here we come up, and so now once we get into position, one thing about this thing is this hole is semi-cheesy. This is not. But if you're angled up like I am now, it's really not too bad. It can bounce stuff. And we're able to get a nice shot into the E100. I love the E100. And notice I fell back because I needed to allow my teammate to get back, and it does cost me a shot of damage, but you should allow your teammates to back off if you can. And so right now we're just showing our casemate, and we're just rocking back and forth, right? Just the fact that this TVP is here is actually going to cause people not to want to push and not to peek. Except he's peeking and poking against a guy that has a bigger gun than he does. He does end up trading 2 shots for 1, or 2 shots for none, which is nice, but generally you don't want to peek in autoloaders when you're only going to get 1 shot. As our PTA goes down. With 3 arties, this is really the only viable position. And for whatever reason, this 257, both these 257s really want to fight with me. I don't know why, because they're at a major disadvantage. And now he's loaded HE, right? He's sick of not penning. But I am watching the PTA, because I'm pretty sure he's going to pop up. And look at the gun handling on this. It's got great gun handling, and it's also got pretty good armor if you position correctly. So I'm avoiding the temptation to push out and shoot those guys on my left, and rather waiting for this 257 to push. So the E50M decides he's going to give it a try, and this 128 millimeter gun is up to the task. So this 257's being a little annoying, but there's not much I can do about it. But he does keep making mistakes, so I can't complain too much. And notice how I'm angled. That E50 is never going to pen that, especially with the AP. He probably wouldn't pen it with APCR. So I can just bait shots from him and then pull over and shoot him, as long as that 430 is not in a position to shoot me. So not much to say here. I want to point something out. See the E75? He's pushing around the side. So what I want to do is take the attention of the E50. And I can do that in relative safety. Watch this. So I just give him enough that he's able to shoot at me but not pin me. And that saves my E75 some health, right? Oh my gosh, sorry guys. It's just my monitor situation. So we notice, we're going to speed this up. We notice that the cap is under duress. And I've got an FV4005 over here. And I don't know why he decided to position like that, but he did. And so we're able to take out the light tank that is attempting to kill him. And I don't know how that shot pinned, but we'll take it. We will take it. Now the problem is I got an EBR near me, right? Don't ask me how that Mauschen hit the EBR. That was an insane shot. But now there's just a waffle and 3 arties, so we're going to speed it up a little bit again. But you can see this gun is amazing. It's accurate. It's fast firing, and it's just a good gun. And the armor is okay if you know how to use it. Oh, well, hello, Mr. Artie. And the beautiful thing about this is that this thing is, it aims fast, you know? I mean, it just... So, I want to show you how slow it is. We're at 4 times speed right now, right? 4 times. And this is how fast we're going. It looks like a medium tank at 4 times speed going up this slope. So I think we get the bright idea to load HE here, which is probably good because the waffle, yes, we do. So we're still at 2 times speed here. And we're just hoping that this Mauschen survives long enough. It's a good thing we do because we have 560 alpha. We could have low rolled and lost our Mauschen there. Although in reality, if the Mauschen had died, we would have gotten a Top Gun. And you'll see that in just a second. Look how slow this thing climbs hills. Maybe we wouldn't have because we had an E75 right there. I'm not sure why the Artie chose to suicide, but at least he suicided not by jumping off a cliff. So I'll give him that. Okay, let's look at the after action on this. So this thing looks like a really good tank when you watch it, right? Because it just seems like oh, you can't go wrong. You just pull up and shoot people. But in reality, there's not very many places that you can make the armor work, especially against tier 10s. And so that is part of the issue with this tank. So I have some ace tankers and I actually like it. I think it's fun to play, but it's an acquired taste and you really have to know where to go to make it work. Ace tanker, high caliber, 5,195 damage, 5 kills, 1,366 base XP, 13 shots fired, 11 pens. So that's a great result there. And we did just a tiny bit of assist and 7,500 or 75,000 credits. So the fact that we did 5,000 damage in a tier 9 TD and got an ace tells you people don't play this thing very well. This was on a 5 times and we ended up with 10,000 XP out of the game. So if you guys are still watching Flea in particular, I tried to play the 430U. I got some good games, but the trouble is playing a tank to bounce damage is a bad idea at tier 10. You kind of want to peek and poke when they're not looking or bait shots and then shoot them. kind of like I did in this game. So I'll try and find some footage for you. And we've got a new subscriber that would like an E75 TS game, which I do not have, or the Centurion 5.1, which I do not have. So if you guys have replays on those, even if they're not ace tankers, but you do pretty good, I'd like to see one of those. So please do send it in, and we'll get some of our subscribers taken care of in looking at tanks. Thank you very much for watching. Tonester out.